loves, and welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to be answering a question that I got on one of my videos, specifically about the 3-month counseling that I do, the 3-month spiritual counseling that I offer as one of my services. So we're going to go ahead and answer that. We're actually going to look through all of the different spiritual counseling services that I offer, just to kind of like break them all down. But before we get started, I just want to remind everybody that today's the last day to get buy one, get one half off of all 1-hour past life readings. So you would book a session and then you would get emailed the code with the 50% off coupon for a future session, which you can use up until the end of the year, so you can kind of spread out your healing and past life work that you need to do. So definitely make sure that you take advantage of that because today's the last day. Also, don't forget that August is coming up literally tomorrow, and we're going to be having a Akashic Records 5-hour intensive course, which is where I teach you how to read the Akashic Records, and we cover so much stuff. All of the information for that will be linked in, it will be on my website, and you can check it out in my Work With Me tab under my services, under the Akashic Records tab specifically. But definitely make sure you take advantage of it because I feel like more people should learn how to read the Akashic Records in the first place. Okay, so with that being said, we're gonna go ahead and get started. We're gonna answer this question that was left by Whole Lot of Love _. Hey friend, would you consider doing a video on your 3-month coaching program? So we're actually going to go through all of them. If you go to my website, okay, under the Work With Me tab up here, you're going to see different types of services on the top, and you can kind of click on different ones and see the different services that I offer. All of the spiritual counseling services require a consultation. You will see that written in every single one. When you click read more right here, you will see that literally stated in every single one of the services, because I can't just host a spiritual counseling session without knowing what's going on in your life in the first place. So I'm going to read you what it says in the description, so we're like all clear on it. Service description. The consultation is meant to be an introduction to spiritual counseling and to see if we would be a good fit working together. We will talk briefly about what's going on in your life. Any intuitive messages that come up will be given to you, and I will let you know if you need further counseling with me through this consultation. So sometimes people like book spiritual counseling sessions and don't and think that it's a reading or something like that, but it's not a reading. It's specifically meant to see, or it's also a space, like let's say you just want to talk to me and ask me like, hey Abby, I don't know if I want to work on this or if I should go like this direction. Like, what do you think I should be working on? Like, which I think maybe I should do astrology, but I'm also drawn to past life work or whatnot, and that way I can kind of help you, like give you some sort of guidance in where you should direct in that way. And so it is meant to be a space where we get to talk about what's going on, and I can help you and like direct you in like, hey, maybe you should try this. Sometimes each section is really, really different because everybody's needs are different. So sometimes like there'll be like spell recommendations, or I will recommend different services or different things that you should be doing and stuff like that. It really, really, really depends on what's going on. Next is the single spiritual coaching session, which is right here. So we're going to click on read more so we can understand what happens in the session. So this session will be customized based on your needs. It features a 1-hour phone session, life coaching, 30-minute Akashic or tarot. So the tarot reading would be separate from the phone session, but the Akashic record session would be within that 1-hour phone call. Spiritual insight from your spirit guides and a self-care reevaluation. So we would kind of dive in, we would break it down, okay, what you should be working on, what it's kind of like a little point of realignment where it's like, okay, let's see how you can kind of shift, look at your life right now and shift what is it that you should be doing, and let's dive into the guidance, let's dive into past life work, or let's dive into the tarot and the spiritual messages of what's going on. So that would be the single spiritual coaching session. Then we have the 3-week spiritual coaching session. So we're going to click read more so we can read more. And this service includes, so this 3-week spiritual counseling will include 1-hour weekly phone sessions, life coaching, journal prompts, weekly 30-minute reading. So it's either Akashic or tarot. You get to pick. So for each week you get to pick. So let's say for 1 week, you're like, Abby, I would like to pick, one tarot and then one Akashic, and then the last one be tarot or whatnot. Just keep in mind that when it comes to the Akashic records, not all of it has to be past life work. You don't always have to do past life work in there. You could do ancestral work as well. You can also do guidance as well through the Akashic records. So you can pick the Akashic records twice as well. It is literally entirely up to you. I just wouldn't pick them back to back. I would probably do, if you were trying to do more Akashic records work, then I would do Akashic records in the first week and in the last week, so you have that spread out if anything that needs to be healed comes up. But you would get a weekly 30-minute Akashic or tarot. The tarot reading would be separate from the phone session itself, but the Akashic records sessions would be within the 1 hour weekly phone sessions. You would get your astrology transits for those specific 3 weeks, so you know what the energy, what's gonna happen, what's happening energetically, what's happening like planetary wise, so you're aware of, you know, the shifts that are happening and how you're being impacted by the planets at this time. You will also get spiritual insights from your spirit guides, because there's a big part of it is like working with your spirits and also helping you and guiding you in the process along the way. Intuitive messages, and you also get a self-care reevaluation, because I always make sure that when it comes to my spiritual counseling sessions, I want you to come out of it feeling a little bit more grounded within your practice and within yourself. So 1000% there's gonna be guidance there. So that's the 3-week spiritual counseling. Then we have the 3-month spiritual counseling session. We're gonna click read more right there. So the 3-month spiritual counseling session is a little bit of an intensive. So the spiritual 3-month counseling sessions includes 1 hour weekly phone session. So it's about 15 to 16 total. Life coaching, weekly journal prompts, monthly 30-minute tarot reading, monthly 30-minute Akashic records past life reading. So you would get 1 tarot reading for each month. So it's 3 tarot readings in total, and a monthly 1 Akashic reading for each month, so 3 in total, because generally you want to, again, space them out. They shouldn't be Akashic records, like work or past life work and stuff like that, shouldn't be done back to back to back to back like that. You need space in between to kind of calibrate energies, especially if you do any healing work there. So I like to space it out in that way. 3-month astrology transits. For those 3 months, you're gonna know planetary wise how the planets are influencing you as well. List of dates best for spell work as well. You're also gonna get that in addition to, because I want you to make sure that you know, like, hey, you know what, let me plan my spell work based on what I'm doing. Let me make sure that I am working on this date. So you know what, Abby said this is my list, so let me plan out my spells properly. So you're gonna get a list of spell work, list of dates best for spell work. Also spell prep guidance. So if you want to be like, hey Abby, so I kind of want to do this spell, and I'm thinking like about doing it this way, or I've gotten some messages from my ancestors that want me to add this. Do you think that there's anything else or a better way or something that I can do, like that I should add to this spell that I'm doing? So you would get guidance as well. If that's something that you want, you would get guidance as well. One-on-one video call spell guidance for spell done during the 3-month period, and that is optional. So like, let's say you want me to be present while you're doing said spell work, like if you are doing the entire ritual and you want me to like be present and say, okay, maybe you should try this or maybe you should try that, and just guide you through the process. Or no, not entirely guided to the process, because it'll be your spell work specifically, but just to at least be there in support and assist, like if you have additional questions or if there's something that you would like to like add or something like that, that would be something that would be done, but it's optional as well. Then we have weekly meditation exercises. So you would get a video with different meditation exercises that you need to be doing, and how that's ultimately how it ends up helping you include different like meditative tips and styles into your meditative practice, so that way you are actually helping yourself grow through your meditation practice as you're healing, as you're connecting with your spirits, your ancestors, your guides. So it's meant to be a tool to help you and assist you along the way. ancestor work, because we're going to be doing ancestor work. It's going to be we also are going to do that self-care reevaluation. I want you to have a good foundation within your ancestral practice, but I also want to make sure that you're also, you know, again, you have that self-care flow and you know how to take care of yourself on that end. You're going to get spiritual insight from your spirit guides and intuitive messages as well, because that's going to come through throughout the whole entire session as well. So that is all of the different spiritual counseling sessions that I offer. The 3-month one it's almost low-key, high-key, like a little bit of a mentorship kind of. And I wanted it to be very, very like kind of ebbs and flows together, and we're able to kind of, you kind of have a lot of knowledge to kind of navigate the next couple of months over. So that's basically it. That's the breakdown of all of the counseling services. If anybody else is interested in the other services, let me know in the comments and I'll break it down for you. But generally everything is written down on the description, so that way you already know the twang. Anyway, thank you so much for your question. And I hope that this helped somebody understand. And if there's additional questions or anything, feel free to email me. And you know, we can go from there. I love you guys so much. Thank you so much for all love and support. And I hope you guys have a very beautiful day.